things in the moment.
And I know that's the argument with the Nuwabians, and they just laugh. Is that they're spiritual, and they get lost because at the end of the day, he's in jail with physical people. He's not in jail with aliens and an extraterrestrial being. And no matter how much he chant the names of Nephra and Amun-Ra and all them, those cell gates are not going to open. They believe it's rituals and Masonic hand symbols and stuff like that that can come out, convince this European to get up off you. And it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. If you go look at the real pharaohs back in Egypt, they fought wars. Nubia fought Kemet. This is a reality. Nubia versus Egypt. Those pharaohs was in and out of positions. You understand what I'm making? They had children, marriage issues, families, all of deities that they claim are deities were human beings that had real situations. And you think that somehow you're going to call on them deities that had real situations to get you out of your real ones?
And follow.
At some level of the man, you got to deal with your real situations. Just like they had to deal with theirs. Osiris had his stem, was castrated. Osiris has his shit cut off. And now you praying to him? Do you understand the point I'm making? You better block your shit. You get the point that I'm making? Listen now. They're praying to a deity that his brother, which was the first Cain and Abel story, cut his shit off. Tricked him to get into a casket. You know what I'm saying? Castrated that man. And now we're going to pray, Osiris, Netero, Osiris, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not disrespecting Kemetic religion. I'm just saying, at some point, a man has to be a man. And has to deal with the realities of being that type of physical being on earth. You can get as spiritual as you want to, but at the end of the day, when your enemies come for you, be ready to fight. You understand what I'm making? It's a reality.
Yeah.
You can't pray your way out of it.
It's part of spirituality.
Dr. Martin Luther King couldn't pray his way out of bricks getting tossed at his head. Very spiritual man. You understand what I'm making? If Gandhi had fasted one more day, his ass would have died. You understand what I'm making? Even Gandhi. Fast. He's still a human being. Keep fasting if you want to, Gandhi. He was already shriveling up. As spiritual as you get, you're going to be human as long as you're on earth. You get too spiritual, you're going to go to the spiritual world. I didn't come to earth to go to the spiritual world. I came to earth to have some heaven on earth and to help create heaven in the lives of other people. I said, you know what, I'll get the most spiritual when I die. I'm going to be real spiritual then. Right now I'm on earth.
You know,
I'm going to be earthly because I'm here.
You explain.
But what's going to happen after you die? I'm going to be very, very, very spiritual. You want to make it? After I die, I'm going to be a very, very spiritual person.
Can you touch on what you meant just in that stance? What is heaven?
Well, heaven is, in the scriptures, it said right. It says, without a vision, people perish. Heaven is what is inside of you to create a divine reality on earth. Heaven is manifesting that on this plane. You understand? Just like I'll give you an example. In Buddhism, they teach Nam-myoho Renge-kyo in the chant. And the way that Nichiren Daishonin Buddhists teach is that you're chanting for what you desire. You're chanting to create heaven, which is a harmony. You're chanting, it says if you want certain things, chant for them. So they're showing you the reality of producing heaven for yourself while you live on earth. You see the point that I'm making? You're chanting to invoke and manifest things.
Right.
Because, and I used to go down there, I used to chant. I used to sit there and chant, let me kill. And then one time, the dude, you know how they sit next to you and show you how to hold your beads and stuff like that? He came next to me, he said, you know what? You're not chanting with purpose. He said, you're religious about this. This is not a religion. This is for you to become God. You're supposed to become a Buddha. I said, well, wait a minute. He said, you have no desire. You have nothing backing your chanting. And I'm like, then this is deep. And he said, that's your problem. And he was right. He said, you need courage and bravery to accept the things that you want to create. You know what they are. He said, we ain't even going into that. He said, you remember what they are. Chant with that. Chant chant with that. That's all I need to hear at that time. So my point is that if you're not living to